Donnajodhan presents Dining with Donna, a weekly podcast where Donna shares a delicious recipe with you, gives you a bonus recipe, and ends off her podcast with time-saving tips for your kitchen. Her recipes are easy to follow, easy to put together, and most yummy and delicious for family and friends. Donna's recipes are favorites for everyone. They are tried and approved, and she guarantees you'll be able to make them your favorite. It's time to cook and bake, and Donna is waiting to show you how.
Hello, and I am Donnajodhan, your host for the Dining with Donna podcast. Yes, indeed, folks, we are now into the month of March. March. It's time for us to start preparing for the wonderful, sweet, wonderful season of spring. And to thank Old Man Winter for having been with us for a while. It's been a mildish winter in several necks of the woods, including mine. We've had some really cold days, but you know what? Look at where we live. I live in Canada. Most of us live in North America or in a cold country. So let us just appreciate the seasons that we have and go from there. Folks, thank you so much for continuing to write to me at askdonnaonblindlife@gmail.com. That's askdonnaonblindlife@gmail.com. Please continue to write to me there, or you can also write to me at donnajodhan@gmail.com. That's donnajodhan@gmail.com. Put in your subject line what you are asking for. It could be the bonus recipe, it could be the main recipe, it could be the tips. But maybe the best way is to put in the subject line bonus recipe for first week of March or bonus recipe for first week of February. That way I can find what you're looking for and I will be happy to send it to you. Also, the show notes are available on YouTube when you're listening to it. It is there in the description. So please do not hesitate to keep sending to me your input, your feedback, your thoughts, your comments, anything, your suggestions. And thanks to my little brother Mike Cicello for continuing to produce my shows, and Mike tells me that for February he loved my pasta recipes and he promised me that he was going to make one of them. So Mike, I hope you did, and I hope you cooked some nice stuff for Heather, your wife. Say hi to her for me, and now it's time to get down to the first week of March 2024, and let's go from there. All right? So let me just get set up here. I forgot all about making sure that everything is all plugged in so that the least amount of sound will, filter through. All right. So let's get going, folks. And for my main recipe for this week, it's barbecued spare ribs. Barbecued spare ribs, all right? I love ribs, I really do. And again, I'm going to say to you that, commiserating in your kitchen, connecting in your kitchen is one of the most effective ways to stay in touch with your family, your friends, your associates, cook and bake. The minute you change a recipe, it is now your recipe. No problem with that. The minute you take someone's recipe verbatim and you carry out the instructions of said recipe, it is their recipe. No problem. So you can either choose to follow a recipe or change a recipe slightly or greatly, whatever is your fancy, and you go from there. Okay, so commiserating in the kitchen or connecting in the kitchen or, chatting in the kitchen. It's just other ways to socialize. And I do this a lot, probably at least one weekend a month. And during the week, sometimes I do the same thing. I really, really enjoy this. All right, enough of my telling you about the kitchen and its benefits of being in the kitchen. It's not just for cooking and baking and hustling yourself to make a recipe for your family for dinner or something for lunch, okay? All right, barbecued spare ribs. And as I keep saying, I think it really cuts down on time when first thing you do is gather your implements. The second thing you do is gather your ingredients, and then you're ready to cook or bake. All right? This cuts down on the time that you would spend hustling back and forth from your pantry cupboard to your countertop. So place all your implements and your ingredients on your countertop. Organize it first. You don't want to be, scrounging around in your pantry cupboard looking for stuff or rummaging through your kitchen drawers looking for your implements. So I'm here to give you first the implements and then the ingredients. Okay? So here are the implements that you will need for the barbecued spare ribs recipe. 1 chopper, 1 mincer, measuring spoons, measuring cups, 1 large kettle or Dutch oven, 1 saucepan, 1 broiler pan with a rack, 1 brush, and my always telling you paper towels. It is the lifesaver of a kitchen. And why? Because you need paper towels anytime you run into having to clean up spills or wipe your hands or wipe the covers or caps of cans and bottles. Okay? All right. So you have the implements now all organized on your kitchen countertop. And here comes the ingredients. 4 pounds of spare ribs cut into serving size pieces. 1 medium onion quartered. 2 teaspoons of salt. 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And now for your sauce. 1/2 cup of cider vinegar. 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. 1/2 cup of ketchup. 1/4 cup of chili sauce. 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce or W sauce, 2 tablespoons of chopped onion, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1/2 teaspoon of ground mustard, 1 minced garlic clove, and a dash of cayenne pepper. Those are your ingredients. And before, you start to panic and say, well, I can't listen and copy down this all at once. Rest assured, you can get it in both ways, either from the show notes on this podcast, or write to me at askdonnaonblindlife@gmail.com or at donnajodhan@gmail.com. Put in the subject line, first week of March, main recipe, okay? Or anything like that would tell me what you're looking for, okay? Right on. Let's go now to making this recipe. It's time to make In a large kettle or Dutch oven, place your ribs and your onion. Okay? Place your ribs and your onion in this large kettle or Dutch oven. Sprinkle with salt and pepper. Add enough water to cover. Bring it to a boil. Reduce the heat. Cover and simmer for 1 to 1.5 hours. Or 1.5 to 2 hours, I should say. I apologize. So you cover and simmer for 1.5 to 2 hours, or until the ribs are tender. Meanwhile, you're going to combine your sauce in a saucepan. Simmer for about 1 hour. Cover it and let it simmer for about 1 hour, or until the sauce is thickened. Okay? It has to be slightly thickened. You need to stir this occasionally. Then you drain your ribs, place it on a rack in a broiler pan, brush the ribs with the sauce, broil for 5 minutes on each side, okay? And keep this about 5 inches from the heat. So broil for about 5 minutes on each side at about 5 inches from the heat. And you need to brush frequently with your sauce. This makes 4 yummy servings. Okay? So that is the main recipe for this week from me, barbecued spare ribs. And now let's go to the bonus recipe. And it is a salad. It's an egg salad. Here we go. 4 hard-boiled cooked eggs chopped. Okay? 4 hard-boiled cooked eggs chopped. 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. 1/2 cup of chopped ham. 2 tablespoons of sliced green onions. 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. A dash of freshly ground black pepper. Combine all of your ingredients in this bowl. Cover and chill. Okay? This makes 2 cups. What do you think of that? It's an easy recipe to make. Okay? Right then. Let us now go to my tips of the week and see what I've got for you. All right, let's see what we got. Tips for you. That is going to be the last section of my show for the first week of March, okay? Removing candle wax drippings. Here's what you do. Place a blotter or brown paper bag over the spot and put a hot iron over the blotter. Okay? After a few minutes, the wax will be absorbed into the blotter, and you can repeat this if necessary. Okay? That's removing candle wax stains or candle wax. Okay? Here comes the next hint. This is also a hint for the carpet. The other one was also a hint for the carpet. Getting rid of ballpoint ink marks. Sponge with sour milk, believe it or not. When the spot, let me start again. Sponge with sour milk, and when the milk disappears, sponge it again, okay? And wait until the spot disappears, okay? Make your own sour milk solution by adding a few teaspoons of vinegar to freshen your solution, okay? But this time you're going to use fresh milk. So in the first instance, you were using sour milk, right? You're sponging the ballpoint pen stains with sour milk if this occurs on your carpet. And then you wait for a few minutes. If it still has not disappeared, repeat this process, and soon it will disappear, okay? You can make your own sour milk by adding a few solutions of vinegar, right, to fresh milk. Okay, that makes it sour milk. You can also saturate your ballpoint pen stains with hairspray. Saturate it with hairspray. Allow it to dry. Then you brush lightly with a solution of water and vinegar. Okay? So I've given you 2 ways to get rid of ballpoint pen stains. Right, folks, this is it for me for this week. I'm Donna J. Jodhan, your host for the Dining with Donna show. Okay, for this week, I gave you a recipe. The main recipe was barbecued ribs. The bonus recipe was an egg salad. And the tips for this week, it was tips for the carpet, getting rid of candle wax stains, and getting rid of ballpoint pen stains. If you require an electronic copy of any of these, just write to me at askdonnaonblindlife at gmail.com or at donnajodhan@gmail.com. Put in the subject line first week of March and tell me what you require. Your bonus recipe, your main recipe, or your tips, and I'll be happy to send this to you electronically. You can also access the show notes for the March or for any of my Dining with Donna podcasts on this channel. Okay? But don't hesitate. Reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. Right. I wish you a great rest of the day, a great rest of the week. You guys take care, and we will see you next week. Bye for now.
That's it for this week. Donna hopes that you enjoyed her recipes and that you will take a few minutes to try them out. Stay safe and stay well. Send your thoughts and feedback to Donna at askdonnaonblindlife@gmail.com.